Found one slaughter dollars. One and down one. How many foods am out? Oh, they love fish. Well, we're missing a person, so we have to hang out from them. Here we go. No, two girls. Oh, yeah, and it turns on the water. It is, there's a fish in the yard. I was like, wait a minute. It's all whatever jumps too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but then I didn't like it. I like to, but I'll get from it. It's just like, we're just interested. And I'm going to I was like, it's always about my. Yes. I think somebody else. So every it's really not okay. It's not what it is.
It's about that time.
Yeah.
It's about that time.
Are
we unmuted? Yeah. Unmuted. I think we're gonna go ahead and get started because we have a few things to talk about before we do this amazing panel. Guys, we always talk about the mission, the vision, or something like that, value, but I wanted to do this week, our vision statement is to be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers. And so that is the focus. That is my focus. Our team has been working really hard on really trying to create additional value and make sure that this is an amazing place for you to run your business, but also to have your customers be excited about working with a Keller Williams agent. If you didn't know this, does anybody know the stat? How many homes are sold with KW agents nationally?
40%.
1 out of every 4. But I like your number better. You said like 6. Yeah. 1 out of every 4 homes is sold with a Keller Williams agent in the United States. So like we already know from the consumer perspective you're known, and we're just gonna keep growing on that. All right, so culturally, we are always looking for opportunities to support our people. And if you guys don't know this, Rick Hayes, some of you guys know Rick Hayes. Rick Hayes, he's been part of this market center a long time. Rick was just recently diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. It's really serious. And we have applied a KW Cares grant for his family because they have to basically travel. You see all these specialists. He's got to have tests, probably surgery. So part of the way KW Cares works is the local market center and our agents help support a percentage of that donation. So just like we did with Patrick Arvin, you know how we raised funds for Patrick? You guys all participated in that? We did good. I think we raised over $5,000 as a company for Patrick and his family, but we're going to be doing similarly an opportunity to give a little bit to Rick and his family. So if you feel that like giving, you can just scan the QR code. You can also go see Jackie or Tristan, and they can do some sort of contribution to our local KW Cares Fund, which will help us with their grant. Okay. All right, so we have some birthdays. We have a big birthday today. We drag her in here. Come in. We want to sing the happy birthday. It's Maddie's birthday.
Looks like we can do better this time.
Let's sing happy birthday to the amazing Madison.
Sit up there.
Oh, look, she's like, this is in true legal fashion. Let's. Oh, let's. I think we should say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Madison. Happy birthday to you. We're
I
gonna,
don't have a speech, I'm 24, that's it.
we're gonna do bucket fills. But would anybody like to fill Madison's bucket for her birthday?
If I didn't have Madison, I wouldn't have anything done in Canva, so I really appreciate her Canva abilities, that she just seems to get them done effortlessly.
Yeah, Donna?
I'm gonna ditto that. She did something really great for me that wasn't even work. And she did such a good job. Now, I was just so, because I kept thinking, that was good. She's like, no. And she kept changing things until it was absolutely beautiful. And so I had invitations that are just over the top. Thanks to Madison.
So thank you. I'm new here and she's been a great little help, just for everything.
She's
awesome. Boss.
She's our morning sunshine.
Yeah,
Tell her.
I do love coming in, like she's the person there that I get to unload on, or if I just wanna chit chat, I do love it.
Yeah. I like that, I enjoyed it.
She's like, yeah, that's me.
Thank you. Thank you, Ashley.
Make sure you guys love on Madison all day and all week. We are gonna do bucket fills. We filled Madison's bucket. Anybody else wanna fill somebody else in the room's bucket? You can fill your own bucket, celebrate your own wins, or just express gratitude for something.
I'll fill Jackie's bucket. Hello, Jackie.
What, I'm sorry.
Switching her up. She never ever makes me feel like the conundrum that I am. And I've been doing this a long time, but for whatever reason, I cannot remember request escrow checks. It's the weirdest thing. I just
struggle with that.
yeah, it's weird. And I don't have to beat myself up over it. She's like, it's a big deal, I'll give it to you. Try harder. I'll do it, but maybe next time. Feel up. Yeah, so I appreciate that about her, that she never is like kind of kicking when you're already kicking yourself. It's good.
Thanks for not kicking us when we're down. Okay.
I appreciate that.
Like, that's important. Who else has a bucket fill?
Jackie gives great hugs.
Oh, nobody has
Hugs.
ever said that. Thank you.
Jackie gives great hugs.
Oh, no.
Yes, Brittany Fiore.
I wanna fill our agents buckets in general, but specifically in the last week, Donna and John, like, if you have a question, I mean, pretty much anybody in this room, I've called you and, pick up the phone for one and then make the time to answer my question, so we have an extraordinary group of people here, and, I just appreciate it. And I appreciate our team meetings, that we get to see each other face to face, and when some of us don't wanna drag out face to face, and other people encourage them, I appreciate it. So, thank you. Thank you, Sharon.
Gosh, we need community, for sure.
Yes, unity.
Yeah, it's good. Any other bucket fills? I know you guys are not, I know you're waiting for this panel, like everybody's here for this panel, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to, I clicked something and then I broke something. We are going to jump into our panel. And so ladies, come on up. We had a big debate on whether it was Charlie's Angels or Jerry's Angels. And either way, they all pretty much decided that they are self-sufficient, independently successful women without anybody's name above them. I think that was our big takeaway. So the bulk of our meeting today is gonna be around these guys and their story and their success, because while we could talk about a lot of different things, like having these three in the room to share is a really big deal. So we're gonna take every bit of what we can take of information that they're willing to share, and you guys have on the back of your flyer, there's actually a note section. So write things down and go put them into practice. because you truly are learning from the best of the best. We totaled up sales volume. I think we came up with, now watch, I'm gonna tell you this, and one of these is gonna get me after me, but I got it wrong, aren't they, Jackie?
They will.
Because they know their numbers and they're competitive. So I think we saw around $160 million or 160 million in sales volume sitting in front of you today. So that's a pretty big deal. That's more than most of our average agents in the marketplace will see in their entire career. And these guys have done that in less than 5 years. We went back 5 years, so that's pretty impressive, right? So I think we'll just start with ask them to introduce themselves. And then like, what are they gonna do this year? Like, what was their goal this year in sales volume? So you guys can get an idea of where they're at today. Who wants to start?
I'll start. Introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who are you?
My name is Destiny Darby.
So good, by the way.
Thank you, thank you. I have been licensed this time around. This is my 6th year, I think. I have been in this office the majority of those 6 years. Because I do really love it here. I'm a single mom of 4 kids. And so I feel like that gives me the right to be a little scatterbrained. But I'm not a person that I don't track numbers the way other agents do. A lot of agents, like, they can rattle off their numbers. I also have severe anxiety. To know numbers a lot of times makes me really nervous because my thing is like, I know that I'm just doing the best most I can. So I don't technically, while my goal is always 24 closings a year, that's 2 a month. I feel like that's like kind of the standard agent number. So that's always my goal. This year I will do, I should easily do 30 closings this year. At October, I am at 27, so I should easily do 30.
So she said the standard agent number is 2 a month, yet we know the standard agent number is 4 to 6 a year. So you guys can already hear there's some overachiever brain. She's like, standard is like 24 to 30, but you're like 4 or 5 times the average.
Okay.
So super
Okay.
human.
Yeah. I guess 2 a month is like,
Your standard.
It's good.
yeah, that's what I want to do. And so the fact that I do more than that is, I know that I'm doing well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll piggyback. I'm Nora Williams. I've been an agent, Kristen, 3 whole years, or is it coming up on 3? Yeah. I also didn't start this business tracking my numbers, and I'll tell you that now I'm being forced to. Numbers do help. My goal was at first no goal. I was like, I'm just gonna work hard, and now it's at least 4 closings a month. Which sometimes I have 0 closings in a month, and the month before I did 14. So for me, it just varies, but I do love this office. I love that it's in Hamburg.
Yeah.
I love everyone here. I can call anyone. So that's a little bit about me. I have 2 girls. I'm married. I'm not a good public speaker. I come off a little weird. Yeah, so that's a little about me.
So you said you didn't track, but now you have to.
Yeah.
Why do you have to track?
Because if you don't have systems in place, you just cannot succeed. And so to have those systems, you need to know your numbers. Yeah.
I am Terra Long Underwood. I have been selling since this is my 11th year. July was year 11. I had my admin pull them this morning. I think I have sold 33 so far this year, on track to probably realistically, with like going out of town, I don't know, maybe I got 7 more in me. I don't know. Round it off. And what else? that it?
Just
We
what
good?
you're gonna do this year and a little bit, like you, one of the things about you that I had a mental note in my brain is you transition from a full-time career into full-time real estate too, right?
Yep.
Like that was a.
Oh yeah, and I've been with this office since day one, so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, never been
Yeah.
another, well, before this office opened, it was,
Yeah.
grass across town, but when this, office opened, I've been here since day one, so. I was trained here, everything was here, so. Yeah, never gone well.
How long did it take you to transition from you worked at Central Bank into full-time real estate?
I stayed, part-time for about a year and then transitioned into full-time, so.
All right, so then we'll just go back around, like so we talked about how long already, but like, why did you choose real estate? Like, what was it about this career that you wanted to give it a shot?
For me, my first job out of college was a mortgage company. And so I got to see kind of just different sides of it. But for me, honest to goodness, I'm a single mom of 4 kids. I 1000% work from everywhere, from the car line, from gymnastics to soccer tournaments to cheer competitions. So for me, and I am a people person. I love the public. I feel like I'm a very well-rounded like a very well-rounded person. And so people tend to kind of gravitate toward me. I'm pretty good, a trustworthy person. And so all of those things combined, I've always loved sales. I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years. I got divorced and was faced with oh shit, what am I gonna do now? And so for me, real estate just made sense. It was something I could do around the kids' schedules, make enough money to support myself and 4 kids. And still be like a mom first and a badass boss bitch second.
T-shirts for that.
I'm
thinking the same thing that made
Yeah,
it's a great talk to business.
yeah. Works for me. I think when you have a big family and I am the, primary parent, times 1000 really. And so for me, it was like a 9 to 5 was never going to be an option. My kids were really tiny when I got divorced. 9 to 5 was never going to be an option. I knew sales was kind of my niche. That's what I knew that I could do. I had exposure to real estate before, and so it just made sense. And I digging it, and still doing it.
For me, before I had this job, I was a travel nurse recruiter. So I staffed military hospitals throughout the United States for travel nurses. Then I had a part-time business doing permanent tattoo for eyebrows. So I ran that business on the side while doing travel nurse recruiting. So I've always had like an entrepreneurial spirit. I knew that all the money that I ever made, I wanted it to go to me. Most of it. So what really like switched for me is I was just on a conference call with the CEO of the company, and he had a margarita on his hand and he was in Cabo. And in that company, they told us when to eat, when to drink our coffee. And I think a week later, I went over to my neighbor's house, who was a realtor, and she had like 4 checks on her fridge. I think the highest one was like 38,000. And I said to myself, wow, okay, maybe, it's kind of the same as recruiting. Maybe it could be a career. Then I had a client come over that same night. I sat in the chair with her for 4 hours. I made $500. And I started thinking, well, if I do one showing, there's a 50% chance they're going to buy that house. I just showed a house and I could make 8 to plus grand. So what am I doing? So I realized real estate was the job that can make the most money the quickest.
Love it.
So literally, I quit my job. I didn't even give a notice. Like that margarita pissed me off to another level. Really good. I was just like, and you made us like pop out to even go get a drink. Like it was a lot. So I quit my job, and I had just that paycheck to feed my kids. I was a single mom at the time for a month, and I knew I had to sell my first house in a month. So all that pressure I knew that I can handle and it ended up working out.
And tell them what you did your first year.
I don't remember.
Oh,
I think it was
a lot.
I think I had my first year was around 32 units.
It's crazy.
Our first year,
Yeah.
I know, like
You
who does
know,
that?
You had to do it. It's like
Yeah.
I
she-
had no choice.
She quit her job. She had to
Yeah.
sell a house in 30 days. And she went and did it. And
Yeah.
I have a question. I know y'all have questions. Don't y'all have so many questions? What's your highest sale? Like your biggest commission? Will you tell us? Like the biggest, because that lady had a $38,000 commission on her fridge.
Yeah,
Do you have a high commission you've gotten?
a 50K.
So you closed the house, you walked out with a $50,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your highest goal commission?
Probably like 200.
Yeah, okay. I have a check hanging in my office that's a $424,000 commission we processed in this market center.
Yeah.
So please somebody go beat that number.
Yeah,
so
like
I can
mine-
take a new check up.
Mine was like I like to try to be realistic. I'm not one of those who like so far fetched with goals. Like, and that keeps me grounded. Like, I don't look at numbers. Katie knows my numbers because same thing for Destiny for a long time. It just put a lot of pressure on me. You know, I had an agent tell me, you're not going to sell your first house in a year. You're not going to list your first house for 2 years. And I'm like, people just want to like put that switch in me. And that's what did it.
Yeah.
So,
Tell her she can't do something.
yeah. So then I just, I have so much to prove. And not only that, I have to feed my kids. And that's kind of just how it happened.
But the thing is when you're doing 30, how many will you sell this year?
I'd be close to the 55.
So if you're doing 30, 40, 50 units a year, you are gonna stumble into those big ones just as a result of like quantity, right? Like,
Yeah.
and those are fun. Those are what I always call the cheesy Dorito. Like it's just, you just hit the jackpot on the one deal, but you're selling a lot. It's not like
Yeah.
you sit around and wait to sell one house for 50 grand. Like
Right.
you're doing the work every day. And as
Yeah.
a result,
Yeah.
good things show up.
Yeah.
Okay. Terra Long, why'd you pick real estate?
Well, I was in banking. Like I said, I worked at Central Bank for like 11 years. I had just gotten promoted, right when I had gotten out of college. I was like the youngest manager there. All that to say is they had this company that came in and kind of, analyzed the profit of the bank and all that kind of stuff. So all that to say is they cut a bunch of, they cut a bunch of employees and they cut a bunch of positions. So they like combined positions and that kind of thing. So I was the newest manager, so I got displaced and I got to, and it was a good promotion. And I think was there for like 6 months. I was like, well, what the heck? So I got to choose between being an admin at the insurance department or I could go into like the auditing department. And I was like, no. So I went to the insurance department. I was an admin for like 6 months. And while I was there, I feel like a lot of people have been in this position where you're just like, you either get laid off or something happens and you just got to figure out something else. So I just got my real estate license while I was sitting in work twiddling my
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Guess I'll
so-
try this.
Well, I got my real estate license, and so then they promote me back up into like higher position than I was before, and so then I put it in escrow for about 3 years, and then I got kind of burned out with corporate. I was managing people. I loved helping people with lending. I loved helping people through like their financial stuff, but I hated managing people. I hated like, oh, you had your 6th attorney, and here's your review, and here whatever. I hated it. So long story short, I just got one day, I was just like, I'm done, and I got my license out of escrow, but it's scary to jump. I'm sure
Yeah.
many of y'all have been there. It's like, it's scary to jump. So I had benefits there, so I just stayed there until I got my feet under me, and then a year later I left. They were really great to me. It was a great place to work. So
Okay. What has been the biggest challenge that you've had to overcome?
Biggest challenge probably is time management for one thing, being able to I had an agent tell me early on to, put everything in your calendar. So it's like my 13-year-old has a dance this weekend, so she has a pedicure today at 4:30. And so that's in my calendar, and that's an appointment just like something else is. And so I feel like early on, you're so new and you're so like, common denominators, you've got to make it work. You have a family to feed or whatnot. I was saying yes to everything and shuffling my life around and my kids' lives around and having other people do things for the kids. Where it took me a little bit of time and building some confidence to really keep a handle on like my schedule and the things that are still important to me. A big challenge for me is saying no and setting boundaries. I have had to learn that the hard way because for so long I feel like I let some people take advantage of me. They knew I was a single mom. They knew I needed the money. They knew I needed the work. And so I would do things that other agents wouldn't do necessarily. And so I'm 6 years later, I'm paying for those mistakes. So that was for me kind of the biggest lesson is scheduling, time blocking, keeping my priorities in check with the kids have this, and just learning that confidence of you have to say no sometimes. You have to have, just like anything else, you've got to have boundaries. And that kind of like knowing your worth type thing is, even if you don't know your worth, just pretend, like fake it till you make it type thing, your worth, because what we do is really hard. And there are so many people that are so willing to take advantage of us if we let them. So for me, that was kind of the hard thing that I had to kind of learn and overcome was being really strict with my career work boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely been a challenge. I was forced to fix it. I have a 16-year-old daughter and she wasn't doing something she was supposed to be doing for a whole year and I had no idea. And she looked me in the face and she says, just pretend like I'm one of your clients and listen. And that like hit me, and that happened this year. That hit me like a train. So I realized that I spent so much time just in my business that I missed out on her and my youngest. So that challenge was like the failure of a mom, and then having to hire leverage, which I'll talk to you guys about that later. But I think that was one of the biggest challenges for me is learning to balance everything in this position. Sorry, I wrote notes. And also failing. So in transactions, making the wrong decision, it's gonna happen. You're gonna fail. And me overcoming the failure and actually learning from it took a long time versus soaking in, I failed, I'm no good, it's gonna happen again, I'm worried. Like I had to mentally learn how to get out of that and say, this happened, I made a mistake, own it, fix it, move on. So that was one of the biggest challenges for me, because I have failed a lot.
It's like when we say, we all fail, but it doesn't mean that you're a failure. Right.
I had to learn the
Not
difference.
taking that on as an issue with yourself. It's just, it is part of the learning
Yeah.
process. And in this environment, when we learn, it's expensive.
Yeah,
You jack up a deal, it's 10 grand, so not like being able to trust that there's something else, I think is important because it gets in your mindset.
yeah.
And then it keeps you from being present and succeeding the next day because you're so worried about,
Mhm.
All right.
This market, man. As everyone else feeling it, like it's just a weird market right now.
Yeah.
I feel like that's been a struggle for me, like the past year, just like with the new contract and people's buyer's remorse and the rates and everything. However, with all that being said, I really do think that you can thrive in any market. And it really goes back to time blocking. And I am horrible at it. I've always been horrible at it. But let me tell you this. In 2021, the highest time I had ever, like the highest sales I had was I sold 69 homes in 1 year. And I was the PC coach and I time blocked every single day. And that was why I did it. It's why I had such a big year. It was because I was with the PC students here every single day from like 9 to 11, lead generating with them. And that's like the kind of lost saying that it's easy to forget. And then you can replace everything in your calendar with that. But I want to get back to that. And I've just kind of been in a different place in the last couple of years. But time blocking is really, it's been a struggle, but it also is like the bread and butter of this business, like consistent time blocking. Following up.
So good. This is good, right? Are you guys taking good notes? Yeah? Good. Next question, we asked about your greatest challenge. Now we want to hear your greatest accomplishment. What are you most proud of about what you've accomplished?
I'm doing the damn thing over and over. I just, it shocks me, honestly. I just like, you know, that first, I wasn't like Nora, that first year or second, you know, and then the second year, you're struggling, you know, there are months where I borrowed money from my mom, who doesn't really even have money to lend. You know, I mean, just like, but every year at the end of the year saying, okay, I did it. And doing it again, and every year for me has gotten bigger and better. So my biggest success every day is that I'm still doing it on my own. That's what I am. I think the only person more shocked than me is my ex-husband. That I am surviving on my own 2 feet, taking care of my family on my own. So and we have a really great life. My kids get to travel, they get to do fun things, they get to wear cute clothes and play, the expensive soccer and the expensive cheer and all those things. And I am doing that. So for me, my best thing ever is that year after year, it's a hard business to be in. It's a hard business to be in when you're by yourself, because I know that I'm good. I can make it till December. January, February is questionable because I don't know what my January, February looks like, and you don't know what the market's gonna do. So it's a stressful business to be in by yourself, but I keep doing it and I keep doing it a little better every year. So yeah, I mean, that's not like
It's good though.
one thing, but for me, that is my biggest success. And I know that my kids see it and appreciate it.
Yeah.
They do. They know that it's me. They see me work hard. And I remind them frequently that I don't do it for me, I do it for them. So yeah, that's my biggest success is that we're living a really good life and I'm doing it on my own.
Yeah. Real estate wise, I think I had my best month this year in May. I'm not a person that celebrates myself, but I did in May, and I think it was 14 units, like 6 point something million, but that was never a goal for me. It happened, and it was a very, very hard month. I mean, I think I lost patches of hair in that month, but I will say that it was like shocking for myself. I'm like, whoa, I can close this many by myself in May. In the hot season, like I had no idea I could even do that. So the accomplishment there is just like unlocking a new potential that I know I have. Another accomplishment is giving my children, providing for them what they need and want. When I was younger, my first basketball shoes came from Walmart. Now I have my daughter, she needs new underwear. We're going to Victoria's Secret. And a part of me is like, you know what? You're rude. But the other part is like, I could never even fathom that thought as a little girl. So even buying her first vanity, like I did make good money, but in real estate, I made great money. So I am able to provide them the life that I always wanted as a little girl, and they do appreciate it. So that would be like a big accomplishment for me, is just being able to provide and surprising myself.
We talk about like picking your heart. I'm not saying go sell real estate till your hair falls out. But we have to acknowledge like getting up and having a time block calendar and choosing to do lead generation, choosing to call people and check in on people. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen without you choosing it. And what's harder than that is not having the money to buy your kid basketball shoes, right? So it's like, every choice has a hard attached to it, and you get to choose what's the action you're gonna take. And then what's the hard part of it to get the result, right? So I just heard in there, like, it was, like, we're talking about your accomplishment, and you're also like, it was really hard.
Yeah,
But that hard thing unlocked potential in you. It taught you things about yourself. So like, don't be afraid to walk into the hard things. Like that would be my encouragement, because most things worth having aren't
Yeah.
gonna come easy.
that month
Right.
I had, I think, 4 dual agencies. And I had to sell 2 houses
It's harder.
for that person to buy my listing. I had to sell 2 of their houses. And I mean, Destiny would call me, she's like, I'm worried about you. But I learned so much about myself, and I learned that I couldn't take it personal. I just knew what to do, and I did my best, and I accomplished it.
The thing with real estate is it's not every month is gonna be like that.
Right.
So it's being able to tell yourself like, this is really hard right now and I don't have time for anything right now and I am stretched to my limits and I could potentially have a nervous breakdown. But November, December is gonna come. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna breathe again. I'm gonna, do all the things that I haven't gotten to do, these spring months because I've been so busy.
Also, don't do dual agency.
Well, you also, like, you got through May. Did you take like a whole month off this summer?
Oh yeah, I've taken 3 months, yeah,
Yeah.
total. Especially what happened with my daughter, that was shortly after that month. And I gave it up. I
Took it.
just, yeah,
Took
took
a
a
pause.
break.
Okay, Tara, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment?
I think for me, is a couple of things like financial, kind of what they've talked about is just like being able to, give family members experiences that they would never have had. I was able to pay off some debt for some family members, just like stuff like that. And then also I think starting off at like in my career and everything, referrals and your database and everything is a little bit hard to get it going. So everyone does it. We buy internet leads to kind of supplement that. I did that for a few years and then I was like, I'm not going to do that anymore. So I would say the biggest accomplishment is like working with the people that I want to work with. So I would say 90% of my business is repeat referral or, repeat referral business. And I don't pay for any leads or anything like that. So I mean, that is a big accomplishment for me just because I know how it is to chase an internet
That's my
lead
dream.
and it is. It is tough. I mean, they're cold. You're having to, and especially with all the changes with the buyer's rep and all the things, it makes it a lot harder. So if you can make your business referral, there is a strategy to that. But that's the goal. So
good. Okay, you guys have talked about time blocking, you've talked a little bit about family and balance and all that. Anybody wanna just add quickly any strategies you use to balance like work, home, and the rest of it to keep yourself energized? And
I don't have
not
kids,
burn
so that's
out?
all.
So I hired my first admin, Katie, last year. Pay the money to use the leverage, because since I've implemented Katie, I've gotten time back with my kids, I've gotten my life back. I mean, real estate as much as I love it, I would consider almost a slave to it, where I got obsessed with it. It was the only thing I cared about. I don't think at one point I cared even about being a mom.
It wasn't even fun anymore.
Right. So if you tell me you can make my life easier, I would pay for it. And that's just use the leverage, use your chats, use your admins, even if they're overseas, implement as much as you can as leverage to your business, and you could have a balance. Also time block, but that would be my biggest piece there.
And if you guys don't know, write this down, like 2 transactions a month is when we start teaching you how to hire an executive assistant. And if you're before 2 a month, you can use our in-house transaction coordination company today. It gets built into the model. There's an amount for per deal that you should be paying towards leverage.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you babysit one deal and then you don't go out and find another one because you get buried in
Yeah.
things you're actually probably not good at.
I was spending hours on documents, making sure they were perfect, and it took a lot away from lead generation, family, all the things that I am good at, so I hired someone to do that, and
And it could be that it's just a house cleaner.
Yeah.
Like, it literally could be.
Yeah.
Think about it this way, what is your dollar per hour rate?
Kind of grocery delivery.
Yeah.
deliver.
Started that in COVID. I mean, I've probably been in a grocery store less than 5 times since
It's fine.
2020.
Yeah,
So use leverage to either go out and sell more or just buy back your time and do nothing. Like my groceries come on Friday night every week. Like I could go to the grocery store, but I actually choose to put on yoga pants and sit outside on Friday night. So
yeah.
you can choose like what you do with that leverage to create the time or whatever else. So, okay, next question. What is one thing that you incentivize or reward yourself with when you achieve your goals? Or multiple.
I'm so good at this. Oh gosh, I'm too good at it. It's bad. I like nice things. I do, and I justify it because I don't have anybody in my life that buys me birthday presents or Christmas presents or Mother's Day presents or Valentine presents. And so at least once a year, usually in the spring when, you're making an influx of money in the spring, I treat myself. I do still get like buyer's remorse, but not so much that I return it.
Not enough. Not
Yeah. But so I mean, and even now is a lot of it now. My kids are to the age where they're fun. So like I don't need to go on a girls trip. Like I'm over Christmas break, I'm taking my little girl to New York City for both of our first times. And so for me, those are it's incentive for me. It's something that I want to do that's fun. I do probably once a year, like buy myself a dumb handbag that nobody needs because I'm not a Kardashian, but yeah, I do treat myself, and a lot of it's too is that my kids get treated. So that's how it makes me really happy to do dumb shit for them. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you have to, like, we work so hard, and a lot of times the hours are so much that I don't have time to go shop. I mean, I really, when you're so busy, it saves you money because I'm not doing anything other than working. And so when I do get an influx and I have the time, I will buy myself a little something.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning to celebrate myself. Is that what you said? What do this year I did for the first time I was in real estate, and I think I called Destiny and I said, I don't know what I just did.
No, you sent me a picture and I was like,
Yeah, but usually like how I reward myself is like seeing the happiness in my kids and anybody that I can give to, like that does make me happy. But I started to say, okay, I need to do something for myself, but also what do you do for yourself? And I don't know, I took more vacations this year and that made me happy. So I'm getting better at it.
Are we allowed to know what the picture was? What you bought?
No, it would sound arrogant if I said.
no, it was just like a cup. She didn't have, also, no one works like Nora.
Yeah.
There's no way I could sustain what she does. And also, like, it's not, a secret. She makes boatloads of money. I mean, she had a $6 million month. That's what most people do in a year, and they're happy with that. So when she sent me the picture, she was freaking out, and I was like, you deserve that. Can't believe you haven't done that sooner.
Yeah.
There's just a couple little nice handbags.
Like,
That's the kind of friend we all
What did
need.
you say?
Oh, call me, Annie.
I get up early. Yeah,
Yeah, it works like a dog.
yeah. I'm getting better at that this year though. Like for September,
Sleeping better?
I am sleeping better. I started taking care of my health, like definitely scared of a chiropractor. I went to a chiropractor, changed my life. So I am focusing more on myself, and September, you guys will see 0 closings from me. Because I had to put a stop to the madness and find a balance.
Yeah, it was unhealthy, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Tara, anything?
No, I have nothing other to add to that. I. You got a pool?
That's what I was saying.
I did, it's good.
So,
I sold him for posting that. And not me, I was like, I know where I'm going. But no, it is, yeah, no, I mean, I saved for a long, I'm a saver, so I saved for a long time for that. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I don't really, there's not like certain goal I incentivized myself or anything like that, so I'm kind of bored. Oh, I've already got the next one picked out. Yeah, let me help you. Yeah.
okay, we're gonna combine the last two just for the sake of time. What are you gonna accomplish in 2026? What are your goals? And what is one thing you would share to the room? Like if you could give them one nugget for a pathway to success, what would it be?
My goals for 2026 are I just always want to do better than I did the year before. I know because I do know like I am not good at the systems and the hiring somebody. My life is just really chaotic. So my goal for 2026 is always it's just to do better than I did in 2025. And if I can do that, I am happy and I am winning. What was the second part?
Like any one piece of advice for like people, like let's
Oh.
say there's somebody in the room that is new to real estate or they're not where you're at. Like what would be the one piece of advice?
My
Yeah.
big piece of advice would be is I feel like I've been helping cute little Sammy do his first deal. And I feel like when you're new, you're so unsure of yourself. I've got another friend right now that I'm Heidi in the office that is getting ready to do her first listing and super smart and runs this. She's the president of like this giant company. She's doing real estate on the side. And so I was helping her input her listing yesterday. And I feel like the overall like thing that I see with new agents is you're so unsure of yourself. When in reality, it's a business, it's a market that it's changing all the time. You know, the new contracts rolled out this year. We're all learning it together. So the biggest thing is like no matter what, make yourself have the confidence to not second guess yourself or find somebody in the office that you trust to help you through things so that it's an easy business to get bullied by other agents that because they think they do more than you or they've been doing it longer than you and it's when you're new it's easy to kind of shut down and let them kind of take control or take money from you or and those sorts of things. So I think that my biggest thing would be it's the confidence. It's fake it till you make it. Even if you're not doing anything, make it look like you're doing everything. And yeah, I mean, because in reality, none of us really know what we're doing 100% because it's such an ever changing, fluid career to be in. Contracts are always changing, laws
Every
are always
client is
changing.
different.
Every client's different, every deal is different. So never ever think that like we know more than you because we do more than you. We're all in it together. Nobody fully knows what they're doing. And it's just, I ask the questions, like find somebody that will pick up the phone and answer questions when you've got it. That is one of the reasons that I love this market centers. I promise you, that is not everywhere. At a lot of brokerages, you're on your own. They do not care. Where I feel like the overall like vibe of this market center is there are even people that aren't in the office that you may not know. There are so many people that will help you. It's not like I'm not going to help her because I view it as competition type thing. Is we all fully understand that there's enough business to go around. It looks better for us if if everybody in the room is successful. And so there are people that are so willing to help you. So don't ever feel like that you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, and then you get taken advantage of. Confidence, 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 fake it till you make it.
My advice, I wrote down here that we're in the people business. If I led in real estate thinking about my paycheck first, I wouldn't be this successful. So like I always say, I'm in the business of people. So just remember that, like always have your client's best interests, always do everything ethically. I mean, even though we get tempted, I would say learn the KW systems, they do work. I am now being forced into systems. I'm not a system person.
You have a coach, right?
I have a math coach. That's helped a lot. I mean, it was another big investment that I was like, man, do I want to give this $1,000 a month for someone to get on here and tell me what to do or how to do it? And it has changed my life. It's changed my business. Use the KW systems, attend every free class you can attend. Also the confidence, I would walk into rooms with people that own banks and I was a 2-month agent. And they would have no idea that I was in real estate for 2 months because I never let anyone make me feel less than. So I carried that confidence in every room and it's never failed me. So I would say, don't be scared to ask the questions, take the systems. Everything Gary Keller has to offer, take it, like follow it. It does work. And I'm being forced to do it now because I see that I came in the business just, I'm gonna make the sale, I'm gonna make the next one. I don't need a system and I don't need it. I've missed so many opportunities because I didn't even read $1 Million Real Estate until maybe 7 months ago. And when I read it, I'm like, whoa, like he gives you the game plan. So that would be my advice to all the new agents coming in.
I would say a couple different things is when we're talking about, I know she mentions like know your numbers. So like every year, one thing that I do is look back at all my transactions and figure out exactly where all my business comes from. I'll talk to you new people in just a second. When you say you've sold 10 homes or 12 or whatever it is the year before, figure out, is that your sphere? Was it internet leads? What was it? And so every year what I would do is just try to figure out how I can increase my referrals. How can I increase my referrals? How can I increase my referrals to a point where I turned off internet leads? Now, if you're doing internet leads, then those turns into your database and they too will in turn, I'm sure we've got referrals from internet leads. They come and they turn into our database. So once a year, like do that and then double down on whatever is making you money. And it is, we're in a people business. And so one thing that, I mean, I've just been consistent with for the last really probably 8 years is just, it's like one-to-one marketing. Is when someone has a baby, I'm dropping off a onesie. If someone is, if they get engaged, I'm dropping off little gifts. Does that make sense? So it's like they remember a kind gesture that you've done. It's not that they feel like they owe you. It's just go be a kind person, go be sincere about it, and I promise you that your referrals will increase. So if people know, like, and trust you, and that's a great way to get people to know, like, and trust you. That's just a simple thing you can do, even if it's not a past client. And then as far as like for new agents, you can still do something like that. And then just go tell people that you're in real estate. Go, like she said, fake it till you make it. Go post. I'm going to this house today and I'm showing it. I'm posting on social media.
I'd be a friend's house. Take a picture and be like, I'm gonna showing. I was like, my name.
Just like showing, but just like remind people that you're in real estate. And
Yeah, it's top of mind.
yeah. So that's the biggest key. So how can you be top of mind? And if you have past clients, if you've sold 5 houses last year, create the database. Just do it. They don't tell you to do it for nothing. Gather all the information and then work it. Come up with a touch system and stay top of mind. And I promise, just trust the process, and it will be fruitful.
Yeah. Okay. Did you guys get a lot of great notes? Okay, I want to share just a couple slides with you guys, and we're gonna have lunch. And if these guys are around, you can ask questions before they head out, but I have a gift for you guys. So.
Aww.
Something. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys give them a big round of applause. Okay, so I'm gonna go through just a couple quick announcement things. You guys can stay up here if you want, or you can sit down, it's totally up to you. Either way is fine. I found this quote, actually this quote was shared, we were a Real Producers event in Dallas last month. And this event was shared, or this quote was shared by Rory Vaden. He's written a lot of great books, but these girls reminded me of this. I don't know why, so I just thought I'd share it with you. When you are inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all your thoughts break their bonds, your mind transcends limitations, your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new, great, and wonderful world. Dormant forces, faculties, and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamed yourself to be. That's pretty cool. When you guys were sharing, and I kind of had an idea of what you were going to share, but you all have that mission or people that rely on you or thing about yourself. So it's a fun quote that I would share. Okay, quick announcements. We have Tech It Easy and Dana are tomorrow on the 15th. We've got some training happening. And then on Thursday, we have our top 20% Keeneland Day. Today is the deadline to RSVP for that. So this is for our top agents and one top producer guest. So if you're in the room and you haven't RSVP'd, please do that. Now I wanted to share this because all of the girls talked about bringing value. And we do an event every November that every single one of you should be participating in. This is our annual Pi Day event. For Pi Day, you're gonna RSVP for the number of pies that you want to purchase. And we sell pumpkin, apple, and pecan. We go and get the pies and we set them up on tables. We'll have a hot cocoa bar, an apple cider bar, and a photo place. So basically, if you buy 5 pies or you buy 25 pies, your clients are gonna come in and out of here that day and pick up their pies, okay? If you're lean on money, partner with someone, partner with a home inspector, partner with a loan officer, partner with your favorite lawn guy. Say, hey, would you contribute $50 toward pies? And we'll do co-marketing on the pies. So in our mind, every single person should be doing some amount of pies, right? Whether it's 3 or 5 or 50 or 100, we can all participate. You can go give it to your neighbors. It's just a way for you to give value to someone and talk about what you do. So what's our deadline for RSVPs? November 8th. So you guys, we actually printed this on your sheet so you can take it with you. We need you to RSVP the number of pies you want us to go pick up for you. And we buy those at Costco and we get them for you at cost. Right? So you're just gonna pay what the pies cost. Keeneland, we already talked a little bit about that. So that's coming up this Thursday. For our top 20%, all 4 of our top 20% will be traveling in and masterminding on the, or not masterminding, networking on the hill before we go into actually watch Keeneland.
The office will be closed.
Office will be closed. I'll be here in the afternoon later if anybody needs me. But this is next week. So how many of you guys have read the book Exactly What to Say? So we have a maths coach who's going to be on our team meeting next week to talk about the power of the words you use and how the words you use are creating some sort of intention and action after you say that, right? So she's going to be on our sales meeting next week. And then Scott Leroy will also be on to talk about all that free marketing we just rolled out and tech support and all of those resources. So Scott's going to be talking about that next Tuesday as well. Also, we have a special guest. Anna McKissick will be here in person on Wednesday the 22nd at 10 a.m. So Anna is our regional owner. So you guys want to make sure that you're here for that at 10 o'clock. Every single one of you can be in that training. It's gonna be around how to use economics to close your listings. And then at 11 o'clock that day, we're gonna have a top 20% only mastermind with Anna. And then that afternoon, I'll be teaching our annual business planning clinic, also for everyone. I think we're gonna have lunch in the middle. So we'll have a 10 o'clock with Anna. Don't miss the opportunity to be in a room with Anna. 11 o'clock, top 20% mastermind. We're gonna have lunch and we're gonna do business planning clinic. So it's gonna be a big day in the market center. And then chili cook-off. You guys, we have a sign-up board out by the front. You can also scan the QR code. We're doing our annual chili cook-off contest and costume attire contest. So it's on Tuesday the 28th. We have a $100 gift card for the chili winner and a $100 gift card for the costume winner. Do you guys want to make sure that you've signed up and you'll be there for that? It's gonna be a lot of fun. And then this we wanted to put on your radar. So in the month of November, the Market Center invested in a MAPS group coaching program, 2 programs, and we're doing a listing contest. So for November and December, so November 1st to December 19th, we're gonna be doing a listing contest. There are gonna be weekly prizes, right? We have weekly prizes, and then on the final day, we're gonna do a final drawing and give away a family reunion ticket to our national convention in Atlanta next year. Okay, so part of this is we're gonna give you the training, so you guys will see this here. So these 2 group coaching programs are part of this. So you're gonna watch the training, it's an hour on Wednesday, hour on Thursday. They're gonna teach you how to go get listings. And then they're gonna teach you how to convert the listings you may have on the market that aren't closing. Okay, so that's in November, but we wanna also make sure you know there's a contest and lots of prizes. So every single person can participate. You get entries for different things and we'll draw from those entries inside that, inside of that. There's your family reunion tickets, information, if you haven't been, it's an amazing event. And this year it's in Atlanta, so it'll be pretty cost effective to get there. This is great. Career night is a week from today. If you know anyone interested in a career in real estate, I'll be teaching that. We also have brought back Kaplan. So if you have people that want to apply for our scholarship program, we also are now offering scholarships for pre-licensing. That's all I have. Scholarly refresh. Have you guys done this? Anybody done the scholarly refresh? It's pretty cool, right?
I think I did the other day.
You do. Yeah, so they package up all your tools, they give you a digital business card, they give you access to Gemini Pro, ChatGPT, I mean, there's all kinds of tools. So they're just gonna package it all up and re-deliver it to you. And so that's just a great way to get plugged back into all of those resources. So. Did you get that from me? Okay. Okay, that's it. Was that a good meeting? Yeah. Thank you guys for staying. Lunch is in the kitchen. You can catch one of these girls before they run out. Good luck.
Nora, thank you so much.
She's like, are you coming to chili now? Are you going to the costume? Are you wearing a costume?
I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna be in black.
Because after you left, I thought about that all day. I was like, I'll say that. So it's okay. I'm just like, oh.
last week, she's like, it's funny for talking.
Okay.
I said it really well. Yeah. He will want to talk, right? But I know that. For sure. It's being really hard. Are you? Oh, I hate it. I will send you. Some people, I said you did a really good job. I'm sitting here. I've been working on that. 75 minutes. Going outside. Yeah. No. First, I don't want to see it, but I'm telling you, once she has fun, she loves it. I love it. Teacher. And then get good space. And he's fun, especially now, the bars. This space rise and apparently, I told my listen, and she's just so much fun here. No. Although I think kids are young, but I'm going to. It's like we start trying to do these. With a full. And they're like, all this time to get. They're out. They're very out. And what? I will. Okay. That's how you get retired.
Nice to see you. Bye.